Alright guys, just setting some stuff up. I'll be with you shortly, just give me a few more minutes. Alright, hello everyone. Okay, it's working, we are live, okay. Okay, alright, I am not too sure if my voice is too loud or if it's too soft because I don't have any kind of a moderator on right now helping me out. But anyway guys, hello and welcome to the first stream on this channel, I guess. Yeah, thanks for coming along, and today we're going to be streaming some me animating for my next short film that's going to be coming out on this channel relatively soon. Just going to be working on some scenes for it and stuff like that. But there will be spoilers for the full film, so keep that in mind when you're watching this. But yeah, I am not used to doing streaming intros since, I mean, it's not my first time streaming. I have had channels before where I've done streaming, so this whole thing isn't new to me, but it's definitely been a while, like maybe a year, over a year or something like that. So this is gonna take some getting used to. I didn't really rehearse or plan anything in that sense. I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So we'll just have to see how today's stream goes, and I guess we can just jump straight into it, I guess, maybe. So let's see here. Alright, so to start off with today, we're going to be working on a scene, that one particular scene to start off with for one of the points in the trailer. So for those of you that don't know, Bakemono Caller actually had a theatrical release edition that I kind of had to rush and complete. And this is basically one of the scenes from that film that I am going to now redo, so for the full proper YouTube release, because I wasn't happy with how the theatrical edition version ended up looking. So here we just have Shotai being like, "Ayo, ayo, what's going on? Huh? Oh wait, can't move it. Yeah, there we go. What's going on? Huh? So like, I think first thing we're gonna do. This is mainly animated. Might animate the hair a little bit. Do some work on. Mainly want to color this in as well, and basically get the shots done that we need to get done before we start doing any more additional stuff for the YouTube release. So, in the YouTube release, of the film, I am planning to have additional scenes that weren't shown in the theatrical release. But to be completely honest with you, since the deadline is coming up quite fast, I don't know if we're actually going to get that far. So we'll just have to get as far as we can with this. Mainly focus on the redoing bits that already exist in the theatrical edition, and then see how far we can go from there. Depending on how much we get done, I may in the future someday do a Bakemono Caller Part 2 to continue the story, but I'm not entirely sure yet. It's kind of like an iffy thing. Like, this was never, in a sense, meant to be a continuing thing or as big as I'm making it out to be. I was just kind of planning on making it and then leaving it at that, but it's turning out to be a bit more than that because I want to do my best for this film. So we'll genuinely have to see what's going to happen with this film. I really don't know. Please excuse me while I drink some water. There we go. But anyway, I think we can get started with maybe doing some hair animation for the guy and then coloring that in, and then I can show you the process of the coloring as well. And after that, we're actually going to work on a kind of additional scene, or more like a scene that's going to replace another scene in the theatrical edition, because in the theatrical edition there was this one particular scene that I found way too boring. So I wanted to spice it up a little bit and add more of Rai's character, because Rai Rai Mou, he doesn't show up for too long, so I wanted to give him a bit more of a spotlight. So you will be animating Rai Mou a little bit, and we'll be able to hear some awesome voice acting from Charles, Rai Mou's voice actor, who did a great job. Honestly, an outstanding job with voice acting. So, but yeah, let's just get started. I had some music that we could listen to that I found online. That's the one thing. I seem to have closed the tab where it was open. Hold on, give me a second. I actually have to take out my keyboard because right now I'm actually living on my own in an apartment, and there's like this particular table here that's kind of like connected to the wall for some weird reason, and I've got to be honest with you, like, it's long, but it's not very like, it's not very wide. So I essentially have my monitor right in front of me, like right up in my face, and my drawing tablet just about fits. Like, my small drawing tablet just about fits onto the desk. So I have to keep my keyboard off to the side so that whenever I'm using it, I have to swap out my drawing tablet and my keyboard interchangeably. It's not great. It's really not. But anyway, I guess we can get started. I found the music. Apparently, this is copyright free. Also, tell me if the music is too loud or too soft. It's only meant to be in the background anyway. I already forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, tell me if it's too loud or too soft. But I think we can get started on animating now. One of the reasons why I actually wanted to stream my progress was because I wasn't... I'm not particularly happy with the amount of progress I've been getting done on my own. So kind of streaming this kind of forces me to work harder in a way. It's not that I'm not working on it, but I feel like sometimes I do tend to procrastinate and focus on other things that may at the time not be that important. So in a way, streaming is going to help me work a little bit harder, I guess. I'm just wondering about how we're going to do this. Maybe something like that. And then maybe... Let's see, I'm just going to experiment here. How does this look? That looks fine. I've got to say I'm quite happy with that. And oh yeah, another thing to mention about the animation. It's kind of funny because when you start animating and stuff, you kind of have to like prepare in advance. For Bakemono Caller, I do have a kind of animatic, but stuff's changed so much after that that there's just stuff that we're going to have to wing. You know, we're going to have to wing it a little bit when it comes to stuff, but I'm pretty happy with how that hair animation just turned out just by doing those few lines there. So I think next we can move on to coloring. So I'm going to do it like color picking from the character sheet. I know there's better ways to do it. Of course, in more professional productions, like for example TC Hero, I will be using a color palette for characters, so that the colors are always the exact same when I color pick them and stuff. But for Bakemono Caller, that character sheet was kind of created in a hurry because I was not given enough time to complete this project. Looking back, I don't think the project was supposed to be of a scale I was trying to make it anyway, but in any case. Also, an interesting thing to note about the way I actually color Bakemono Caller, it's kind of like in a really sketchy way. I have this one particular brush that I essentially use for absolutely everything. And yeah, so to get the texture of this painterly texture, I don't follow the lines exactly. I kind of let it bleed into other areas. And in addition to that, yeah, I think just painting it like this, it's more work. It's a lot more work, but adds a lot more texture. But in some areas, like you can see with the skin color, you really can't tell that the texture is there, which is kind of annoying. But there's also these gaps everywhere, so I can't technically use the fill tool at all. So we're just going to have to do it like this. So technically for this I could use it, but I've got the brush in hand now. I'm not going to start switching. It's not going to take long anyway. So there we go. Just going to get his face done. Also at this point, may as well check that my voice is all right. Give me a moment. There's like this particular... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You could hear it from Mike. Okay, let's continue. I think I had a viewer at one point. Okay, well, let's continue with coloring. And for the coloring, it's good to choose the places where the spots are obviously darkest, because they're obviously the colors being a lot more saturated in that situation when I've made this. So it's important to select those parts. This is getting colored. Hold on, have I? No, I haven't. Okay, that's good. It's on a separate. Someone sent me a message. Hold on a second. Ah, all right. Okay. Gotta continue coloring. I just got a message from a friend, but at the moment it's a bit hard for me to answer. Suppose I could answer him real quick. Just kind of want to focus on this for a bit. Also, you may notice that we're doing all colors on the same layer. Well, anyway, I think it's just generally not. Anyway, I do all the colors on the same layer. But even when it comes to shadows, even then we're going to do everything on the exact same layer. Just because when we do the shadows, it's going to blend in with all of our other colors. And I think that's generally quite important. So yeah, like you can see, we're not being very careful with the brush. We're just going through, and this is actually kind of fun, just streaming. And hold on, wait a second. I think because we're doing the hair at this point, and the hair moves on that frame, so we're going to make sure the colors correspond. And also, even if the frames are extremely similar to the colored layer, technically speaking, sometimes we wouldn't have to make a completely different color layer for the animation if line art doesn't move around that much at certain points. But I feel like it just adds so much, like the texture, like when it moves, like that you can see. I think it does a lot. So let's see how chat is doing. Doobity-doo-doo, doobity-doo. No, I can't go from there. Your channel. It's kind of dumb. I don't have two screens. I mean, technically, I have a laptop that could do quite well as a second screen, but I'm not going to do that now. Also, I feel like my voice is probably a little bit quiet. I might turn it up a touch. And then turn it up a little bit. I really should have asked for one of my mates to come on to be a moderator or something. That would have really helped out, but I was a dum-dums and I didn't do that. So yeah, let's just continue with this. Also, I feel like I should have done a little bit of a better job with the marketing for this stream, but honestly, yesterday was a bit of a bummer for me. I was so knackered by the end of yesterday, like seriously. I'm not gonna go into full details about what happened, but I had a very tiring day yesterday. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff didn't go to plan. Wasn't the best experience in the world, but I'm not gonna dwell on it because there's literally no point. Dwelling on things like that is just gonna do you no good. Okay, now we can move on to the scarf. Yeah, the scarf's been a fun one to work with. Like, you can obviously see here that his mouth is being covered by his scarf, but I don't always follow that rule. Like with Bakemono Caller, it's actually really fun because the way I'm actually animating all of these is like in a really sketchy way, and sometimes I don't even follow the character sheet very well. So I don't know, it's kind of an aesthetic choice, but also a time-saving choice. I kind of had to develop this style for this because at the time I didn't have tons of time to dilly-dally around and you know, what you call it, clean everything up. Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, during the production, I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of cleanup for the characters and such. So I kind of had to go with a different kind of style that I'm used to. And it's really kind of funny because actually no, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Oh yeah. Also, I don't think the scarf is supposed to move up like that. Oh well, it looks fine. Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, with Bakemono, I'm not really too worried of all the little things here and there that go on. As long as it gets the main point across, that is the main thing. Yeah. Also, it's really funny. You see where he's got those thing in his hair here, like in some of the shots, you can just tell I've just given up on drawing that bit. I don't know why. It's just unnecessary work because you don't even notice it half the time. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. But there we go. How does the hair look? The hair looks fine. Yep, looks good to me. I guess we can continue then. I think I'm gonna go to the eyes next. So because it's like a blue outline on the outside. Technically speaking, the inside should also be black, and actually, in a sense, this should like cover the entire eye, but I'm gonna break my own character design now. I'm not gonna do that because I think the white center looks kind of cool. You gotta color his teeth as well. That's another thing. There we go. All right, so now I think what we can do next is some shading work. So actually, as you can see on the character, there isn't much shading really going on. It's kind of all solid color. The only reason for that is actually because I genuinely forgot when I was making this. I guess it was just good enough that I didn't even notice it, which in a sense is good, but it's just nice to add a little bit of texture here and there. We're not going to go too overboard with this, but just add something, you know, something that looks good. Let's go from here and see what looks the best, and then we can move on to the other frames, because this is like the main still frame that you're going to see. So add a bit there, maybe under the lip. No, maybe not. Some in there, maybe. Yeah, that looks alright. You can go with that. I'm gonna just add color in the general areas, because it's going to be moving so fast. You're not going to notice if there's a few inconsistencies here and there. Yeah, with Bakemono, it's really not about perfectionism. It's more about just kind of getting it to work. That's what the style is basically built on. But it's an interesting style, and I have had my fun working with it, since I don't need to focus so much on trying to get it all nice and clean and everything. I can just kind of do what I want. Obviously, for bigger productions like TC Hero and other stuff like this, I won't be using this style, and I won't be using these techniques. The techniques I'll be using will be a lot more refined and thought out, and I've been working on the TC Hero trailer for a little bit. I do have proper character sheets with all the proper color palettes, turnarounds and everything, so it's only really for this project that I'm just not taking things too seriously. But it's part of the style, you know, so like you see here, like I'm not really looking where the wrinkles are. I'm just kind of doing that and seeing how it feels, generally speaking. Also, there's generally no cleanup, so there's only ever cleanup if you can really notice it. So you can see here, I've done like I actually do the sketch layer and the line art layer all on the same layer, just to save up time. But yeah, we got this alright looking animation now. Oh no, what's happening? What's gonna go down? Yeah. Well, there was another thing that I thought we could do. Since in this shot, Shotai is actually looking into the forest, I was thinking that what we could do is there's even the shot in the trailer, because I'm kind of thinking about, I still don't want to spoil too much. Like, I know that there will be definitely spoilers in this video, but Shotai looks into the forest, and even in the trailer you can see there's a couple of shots where there are wind petals, flower blossom, what do you call them, cherry blossom petals, flowing from the mountaintop out of the forest. So I was thinking that for this shot, we could have him look up because he's looking up into the forest, and then we could have like wind petals flowing down here somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we can try it out. So to get the color for the wind petals, I'm actually gonna go and sorry, I gotta drink a bit of water. Okay, there we go. So let's see here. For that, I'm gonna need to get out a cherry blossom tree. Oh, okay, did it like that. Well, that's fine as well. And color pick the color. Color pick the color from a tree and use that as the color for the petals. I could have just opened it in the... Oh, why didn't I just open it here? Hold on. There we go, this is a lot better. So for that, we're just gonna wing it and see what happens. And then obviously we'll need to make his hair flail around and stuff. We could make him even react to the wind, but at this point I'm not gonna go that far just because we do have other shots to do and animate. So let's just focus on this extra little thingy just to give it a little extra more depth, but let's not go too far into it. So he looks, let's think about timing. So he looks up and then maybe around here we get some flower petal action. So for this, I'm just gonna wing it and let's see what happens. So let's make sure to keep the onion skin on, and let's make this smaller. So how does that look? Okay, we've got 2 petals coming in. Wonder how that looks. Yeah, I kind of like how it looks like it's bleeding colors there. I'm thinking about motion on stream. It definitely feels a little bit daunting. It feels like I can't put as much thought into this as I usually do. I like kind of how it curves down there. Then let's make sure to make it so that all the rest of the petals also follow the same trajectory. Let's make them gradually get... I think we want quite a few of these. Maybe add some up here as well for good measure. And maybe now start to draw in some of the final petals. And now I've got to focus a little bit more. Okay, but no, that doesn't look right. Hold on. And then do this as they fade off to a distance. So let's see how that looks. I feel like we could have a lot more because I really want his hair to go like, or we could use wind to show the impact. I'm just, see, this is what I mean by winging it. We're not really like, we're just testing things out to see what works and what doesn't work, and then we just go with whatever works and then we discard whatever doesn't work. Like, it may seem a bit odd taking this kind of route to this, but I actually have done it before. So far, my biggest production yet actually is exactly like that. I actually did no animatic for it. I did do character designs for it, but basically no animatic, no planning, and I just winged that entire thing and saw how it would turn out. No one said anything in chat just yet. Okay. I'm all alone. No. But I feel like maybe we could add it in between here just to add a bit. No, I don't know actually. I was thinking we could add the wind in between the frames. I don't know. Let's see where it takes us. And ooh, that actually looks nice. Add some stuff here. There's a boom. So now we're going into a more funnel shape. And I guess we could also try and emphasize that now. Wasn't the plan, but I'm kind of liking the idea now. So it kind of transitions to like this weird tunnel kind of funnel kind of thing. It goes like pshoo, pshoo. Maybe add a bit more like erraticness to it. But now the stuff is starting to fade away, so I guess that should too. Maybe I think we should. Hey, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna start making the tunnel smaller, but at the same time on the outside, make it kind of like fade out. So in essence, this area here is getting smaller, but to add to the extra effect, it kind of like the particles kind of go off in different directions to give an interesting effect. So I think I could try that. And I like how it kind of like goes into Shotai's area here as well. Yeah, gotta make sure we continue that. Thing. There. And maybe end it off there. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I actually really like that effect. Oh, that looks cool. I don't know how realistic this is, but honestly, personally, it drives a point across, and that's the thing in animation and filmmaking. Like, as long as the thing drives the point across, then I don't think there should really be much of a problem. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to make it a bit more transparent like it was in the trailer. But let's see if there's any blending modes that might look alright with this. It's just kind of hard to tell because the background is white. Oh, it's definitely hard to tell now. You can't see zip. Oh, and I must have accidentally changed it. I should change the opacity of the... Maybe make it like more like that. Oh no, I'm putting it back to white. Yeah, it works. In my opinion, anyway. And to me right now, that is literally the main thing. This is some extra stuff anyway, so... As long as it drives the point home, I'm completely fine with that. And now let's... I think now we can start adding some color to the leaves. Just some shading stuff here, so it's just not some flat color. This is how it's in the trailer. Anyway. Like so. Just do some additional ones here. Here and there. Don't need to go too crazy on it. Just so that it makes it pop just a tiny, teeny bit more. Oh, gotta make those on top there. Gotta make sure the shading's all correct. It's fine. And yeah, I think we're gonna end the shading there. Then add a darker color as well. There we go, that's nice, yeah. Oh, is that a bit too dark? Ah, oh, give me a moment. Okay, so... Hold on, I'm gonna go get my animation glove from the cupboard. I should have put it on before the stream, but... please give me a moment. Excuse me for a moment. Right, I'm back. We can now continue colouring it in. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Oh man, it's really nice to draw with this glove actually. Like, I don't usually draw with a glove anymore. I don't know why. Is that still too dark? Or is it just me? I don't know. I just kind of want it to be subtle. I could just change the brush density, but I don't particularly want to do that, just personal preference. That's still too dark, why? Okay, no, I am going to change the brush density. If I can't nail it now, I'm changing the brush density. Oh, okay, no, never mind. No, we're changing the brush density. Density of paint, or what is it actually? Maybe like there. Or what am I supposed to do? Hold on. Let's put it back. Amount of paint. Okay, this is better. Because I only want it to be very subtle. Like, I don't want it to be super noticeable. Just noticeable enough so I can get the shadows going. That's it. Do a bit more here and there. It's good. There we go. A bit more there. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, it's done. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do is just Shotai's hair. Why am I using so much time on this scene? Like, because there are bigger scenes that need to be done than this one. Like, I'm really thinking about the time spent on this. But I guess this is the first stream, so it's not too bad. But I lose... so the reason I really wanted to put the release date on June 1st was... Well, first of all, I just kind of want to get Bakemono Caller done. I want to move on to other projects. I have 2 other projects that I need to attend to. One is my personal project, TC Hero, and another one is actually... I guess you could call it a commission. A long one, actually, 4 minutes in length. It's actually of a Christian hymn, and he wanted it to be animated like in a Mario kind of, you know, like those old Mario games, kind of like in that style. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about it. I mean, it's not like I'm under NDA or something, but I don't know. I don't know if he wants to keep it a secret or not. For now. Well, in any case, so I kind of want to get this done and out of the way so that I can focus on those 2 relatively big projects. So which one was the hair layout? I think it was this one. I should probably name my folders. So, okay, and then I think I want the hair to already start reacting even when there isn't like any wind particles going on already at that. Hold on, what layer did I draw this on? So that's, oh yeah. So this, yeah, that's the one. So I want to draw it there. And then I want to disable that. Yep. Change brush size, get that. So since the wind is going to be coming from this direction, we're going to make the hair flow in this direction, but ever so slightly. I just want a subtle movement to start off with. And then maybe a bit more here. Yeah, something like that. So kind of hair moves, because the air is already kind of passing through in this direction, so I thought it would kind of make sense to so, and now it's going to start reacting a bit more. So like this, and I think this is now the point where, we can start making the hair move erratically. I don't know what it is. I just love it when hair moves like an animation, just like uncontrollably. Like I saw it in a video, like a League of Legends animated video. Is it everything goes on? There's just like this one particular scene where this one character is, and her hair just goes all over the place, and I just found that so incredibly satisfying. So after that, I've kind of been adding that in my own work. Except I'm not really getting that feel right now, but so kind of like, no, I don't want there to be any logic in the movements. I guess. Okay, I'm just, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I think that would probably work. I don't want it to be all smooth and everything. I just kind of want it to even intentionally look a little strange. Like that is not how hair is usually animated. Except, the problem here, like, this is a problem. I don't want this. Even here it's... I don't know if you can tell what I'm thinking, but since the wind tunnel is kind of like a circle like here, so the hair, I want it to like move around that, if that makes sense. So I don't... It's just a shame though, because then you won't be able to see the hair so much on this side. So now I'm just trying to think of the best possible way to do this. Okay, so it still connects to there, so maybe like right up there. Okay, maybe I should... No, it's just not logical. I think it's just better if I just do the hair like this. Unfortunately, you won't see the tip of the hair flailing, which I would have really wanted to do, but I don't think there's enough space really for that. The main thing is that it looks good, and then it kind of like calms down at this point. I could copy paste the other frames, but I'm just gonna do it like this. And it moves back. Actually, no, I want it to be back at the starting position. So that's a starting position. And I kind of want it to get back to that, if that makes sense. There we go, and then bam. But not make it completely on twos, because completely on twos is just boring. Hey! I have no idea how long Charles has been there because I haven't been checking chat, which kind of feels awkward now. Hello, Charles. When did you send that message? Are you even watching anymore? I don't even know. Feels awkward. Oh man, I'm a bad streamer. I'm not good at this game. There's one watching right now, and I think it's me. Oh, well, hello, Charles. If you're still here, I don't know if you are anymore. I feel awful now. I just want to end the stream here now, man. Well, in any case, if you are still here, welcome to the stream. Okay. I guess I'll just continue. So anyway, we're gonna get the color in. I really need to get a second monitor so I can monitor chat. Because right now there is literally no way for me to do that. I should have got my laptop out. I really should have got my laptop out. That would have helped out a lot. Alright, so now let's color pick blue. And now we'll get this. And after we color the hair, this scene should be done. And then I think we can take a little breather and then continue on to the next. Into the next shot where I'll be animating Rai Mou, or Rai Mou, or however you want to say it. The official way to say it, well, it's according to the voice acting, it's Rai Mou. But in the original concept that me and my cousin were talking, it's Rai Mou, very specifically like strengthened, if that makes sense. Because there's actually a bit of a joke behind it, behind the name of Rai Mou. And it's that Rai Mou is actually a very basic kind of Finnish name, if you don't know I'm Finnish. So it just sounds really, really funny to Finnish people specifically when someone says over here that the main bad guy, the big villain, is Rai Mou. That's the joke behind it, and that's why we decided to name him Rai Mou. And then we did have another name for Shotai in the beginning, but since then I literally cannot remember what we named him. We gave him some Japanese name, I remember that, but I genuinely can't remember what we named him. But to emphasize the fact that they're both brothers, I made Mou their surname. And then I tried to find a first name for Shotai, and I think Shotai means it had something to do with war or battle or something. And I think that's why I chose it, and I thought, yeah, that sounds good. So then I just went with that name. And now we have Shotai Mou. Anyway, this scene is now done. I think we can pat ourselves on the back. I think we did an alright job. It could be better, to be completely honest with you. Kind of like, I think it could be smoother. Hold on. Let's not celebrate just yet. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move these a bit further down here, because I want to add more of this. Because it just seems weird that his hair just suddenly stops like that, and I feel like it's too fast when his hair stops. It doesn't feel natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit longer to make the illusion that the wind is still continuing, even though you can't see the stronger wind particles anymore. Just move these a tad that way. Maybe a bit more, I don't know how. Okay. Once more. And now we move these back, and not exactly like twos. Let's space them out a little bit, so it kind of like slowly descends back into its original state. So that should look a little better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Obviously, it could be smoother. We could add more in between frames in there, but I'm not going to, because we need to get moving on to the next bit. And also, I don't know, is it just me, but I am personally a fan of choppy animation. I thoroughly enjoy choppy animation. Gotta be honest. There's just something about it that just seems more impactful. In any case, I think we can take a little breather here for about like 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna get up and walk around my room for just a couple minutes, just so I can stretch and stuff, and we'll be right back. Because you gotta remember, stretching is important, guys. So I'll see you in a bit. Just gonna change the text. Oh, Streamlabs is bugging out. Okay. Change this to, well, actually, no, I'm gonna change. Oh no, I've destroyed it. Stream will begin shortly. And then I'm going to hide it. And then I'm gonna do add text, add new source, and I'm gonna say stretching break. There we go. It's time for a break. Time for a break, guys. All right. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you heard that crack, but my back just cracked. All right. It's been an hour. So actually, technically speaking, you should get up every 20 minutes or every half an hour to do some stretches. But I decided to just finish off that one scene. Surprisingly, it takes a surprisingly large amount of time to actually animate, really. That's one thing that annoys me about animation, is that it actually takes so long. Like that one scene literally took us an hour. And that was like without even cleaning and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Enjoy the nice lo-fi music while I go off to the side and do a little stretching. Bro, did I scare you? Jump scare. Yeah, I don't know. I am a comedian. Alright, turn the sound down again and get some more cool mon ASMR. Okay, had a nice stretching break, and we can get back to working on the next scene, which is actually a completely new scene, but it's going to replace a scene in the trailer. No, not in the trailer. See, I had to think about it that long, and then I said trailer. It's going to appear in Bakemono Caller. So I guess we'll just get right down to it. Return back to Clip Studio Paint. And I'm trying to think about how to go about this. So first of all, we're going to get a completely new voice clip that Charles, the dude, actually did for us last night. So while I was asleep, he did that and gave him a script, and boom. Again, thanks to him so much. I'm really annoyed because I don't know if he's here anymore watching this stream. I'm pretty sure he's not, because he was just here and I just missed him. Okay, he saw my Discord message. Okay, that's good. But I wanted to thank him for that because it's so cool, man. It's so cool. But yeah, so right, I've just downloaded it now. Probably should have downloaded it before beginning the stream, but we'll need to get this in. And let me. You probably can't hear it. Hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take down the music, and I'm gonna let you listen to the dude's awesome, super epic voice acting. So this is. Hold on, should I though? How spoilery is it? I'll just let you listen to the bit that we're going to be animating now. I won't let you listen to the rest of it because I don't want to spoil too much though. So, and I don't know how much I'm going to be streaming of me developing on this. So yeah, we can listen to the beginning bit. So let's turn up the volume.
Shotai, what a fool! I never thought he'd make the mistake of trying to find me. You really think you can take me out? Your idiocy amuses me.
Like, bro, is that not epic? Is that not epic or what? Like, he's so good, mate. He's so good. So, back to the stream. Maybe I can turn it just up a little bit. There we go. So that's the bit that we're going to be working on animating for this stream. And hopefully if I do more streams, I'm planning to do more streams this week, but I'm kind of in a difficult time right now. A lot of stuff is happening. I'm going to be moving soon as well. So we'll genuinely have to see, or I'll be moving towards the end of the month more like, but a lot of stuff is happening right now. So we'll have to see how I can stream and what we're going to be doing. But in any case, yeah, this part is going to be completely, we're going to wing this entire bit. There's no animatic done of it before. There's nothing, absolutely nothing for me to use as reference for this. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. I haven't done this in a little while. Well, I did do some for the Theatrical edition, but that was pretty planned out. But this is a completely new scene featuring Charles. So I'm rambling too much. Let's just get on with it. So first things first, what I want to do is import the. No, I don't want to import an image. I want to import the audio in. I think we can just pretty much put it uncut.
What a fool! I never thought he'd make the mistake of trying to find me.
Yeah, I think we can just pretty much import the thing in, get the voice acting. For some reason it's not rendering in. That's interesting. Save, file new. Hold on, let me try and create a new one. And now let's try and import it. That's interesting, okay. Clip Studio Paint doesn't like it. Now I want to know why. Is it too long, or is it something to do with that? Hold on. Okay, we need to do a little bit of debugging here. Properties. Okay, so I'm comparing it to... Yes, it's a WAV file. Okay, so it's got nothing to do... Can I import other voice clips from previous projects? Okay, so there's something with that particular file. So this one voice clip went in just fine. So it's not got... Maybe it's too long? Okay, that means we need to shorten it down. I'm gonna open up another program and I'm gonna create a new scene so you can see me do the editing on it. Because I didn't actually expect that we would need to do this. So let me just set it up for you guys real quick. Actually, I wonder if I can just clone a scene. I can, okay, that's good. So let's clone this one. All right. And we're going to change this. Now I've got to be real careful here. I've got to make sure I select the correct window. Streamlabs desktop. Okay, it doesn't want to find it. Please give me a moment. I'm just trying to be really careful because I don't want to share the wrong window. Just in case that there might be something, some personal information of mine. Aha, there we go. I found it. Audacity. Alright, so that should be there, yeah. So now we just got to, it's obviously not Clip Studio Paint, so we've got to change that. Audacity, there we go. Right, so now that we're here in Audacity, let's import the file and do a bit of editing quickly. So, I don't know if you can, you shouldn't be able to see that, alright, that's good. Don't want you seeing all my files, because it opened straight into the TC Hero soundtrack file, revealing tons of stuff that you're not supposed to see yet, so that would have been very bad. I'm taking a big risk here doing this all on stream. Okay, so now that's in there. So let's just shorten it down to the bit that we would just want. Somewhere around here. Alright, so we can cut it off there. And then export this into a single clip. And then we should be able to import this. Okay, this is taking quite a bit of time, but it needs to be done. Aha, we got it to work. There we go. Okay, boys, we got it to work. It's in. Hold on, you can't see it. There we go. It's in there. We got it in. We got Rai Mou in there. Alright, so now we'll be doing some lip syncing according to that. I want to see. No. Okay, yeah. I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear it, but as long as I can work, I guess that's the main thing. Now, for the lip syncing, what we're going to do actually. So let's set up the programs we need for that. For that, I'm going to be using a separate tool actually for that. And I'll tell you why in a second. Let me just set it up real quick. Yep. It's all set up. So the mystery tool we're going to be using for lip syncing whenever we get to that is a program called OpenTunes. Now, the reason why I want to use this for lip syncing specifically is because it has a very good tool in my opinion. So watch this. I don't know if you can hear it, but when I move my cursor along here, I can actually essentially tell what is being said on which frame. Hold on, let me turn that up for you guys. So let me switch the music off completely.
Shotai.
So I can essentially listen to what is being said in that certain moment in a certain frame, and it really annoys me that Clip Studio doesn't actually do that when you do the same here. So for that particular reason, we're going to be using OpenTunes as well in the background, just so that we can tell what is being said during a given moment in a certain frame. Just makes our life just that tiny bit easier. So anyway, I guess we can go back to winging it. So what does he actually say here?
Shotai.
I think he says Shotai. I think just for this clip alone, we can just have a close-up of his mouth just saying Shotai. Because I don't want to... And then we can do a more far away shot of Rai Mou. Maybe that would be the best way to go about it.
Shotai.
I can't give you the full perspective of the whole animation because I don't want to spoil too much, but I can give you this much. So yeah, I won't tell everything that's going to go on, but okay, so first things first. I'm still more setting up. We've got 40 minutes left to animate. Not nearly enough time. Well, we might be able to finish this scene. We'll have to see, at least for animation. No, yeah, we will be able to finish this scene. Maybe we'll start the next one. What we want is a close-up of his face. I'm going to put the music back on now. Turn it all the way down, because you guys don't need to hear all the voices. And, yep. Okay, so we got Rai Mou's character sheet out. And let's see, so his chin is kind of like that. Honestly, even in that animation, I have sometimes just drawn it like that. Like, I just cheat. I don't really look too hard, but for the sake of this now, let's just try and do a good job. Also, it doesn't need to be Asian dark. There's some finish for you guys. It's not that, serious. So I think I drew a map layer. No, I didn't. I drew a map layer. So we'll add a neck. Actually, again, I can't give you all the context of a scene. I don't want to give you the full context of a scene just yet. But I need to draw it like that. And why he's in this position. Yep. So now that's essentially done, this bit. I don't think we need to do much more, maybe a bit of hair. Also, with Rai Mou's hair, it's also not that serious if we follow the character sheet or not. As long as it's relatively spiky and relatively the same. You see, I think that's a bit bigger there. Technically, it should be a bit bigger. But as long as it's relatively the same and the shape is generally similar, and you can tell who it is, then there's no problems. It doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, we have the basic shape done now, so I guess we can just move to animating the mouth now. So he starts from, let me take a listen. Okay, so on frame 4, he starts to do the shusha sound for Shotai. So I think here we can do a change his mouth shape. And then make it go smaller so it kind of like fades in into that frame. So it looks like, okay, like that. So what does he say? Uh-oh. It's kind of like in between frames 9 and 10. So just for the sake of him holding that sh for longer, we're going to make it on frame 10. Shotai. Shh. And then oh no. Okay, and then on frame 16 is when he says T. So we can there you go. Move his mouth like that. Could be a bit better, but oh well. Let's go move a bit down. Yeah, I can't. Hold up. Oh, you can't see this, but I can. Okay, so on frame 19 is where it moves into the R. So Shotai. And then it kind of like ends. It doesn't really matter too much where we end it. And then let's make it into a big smile up here. There we go, we got the lip sync. Oh, I like that. I like that. Shotai. I am a little annoyed that it's lagging a little bit. It doesn't show us all the stuff that I wanted to show, but hold on. Okay, I think, yeah, but it doesn't show when it goes into the O. That's a little annoying. Well, first of all, let's make sure that we save this because we don't want to lose all of our hard work. So let me just get my keyboard out. Get my keyboard out again. I should probably just have it on my lap all of the time. Hold on. Let's see. Right, it says Shotai. Right, it's been saved. So now we have this animation. I think what I want to do is export it. Into a movie. So then we can show off all the clips that we've done at the end, actually. For the sake of both showing it off and just seeing what it looks like without all the Clip Studio lag. Actually, I won't do that yet then. I'll just, no, I need to do it now because I need to see how the lips move because Clip Studio isn't showing me it. But you guys will be able to see it at the end. It could be a little bit better, but honestly, it's not that serious. I think it's good enough. It's such a short anyway. Obviously, if this was a bigger production, I'd probably clean it up a little bit more, but it's relatively good. I think it gets the point across pretty well, so like it certainly gets a point across. There's no problems there, so I'm not really going to complain. Okay. So now we, I guess we could color it in and then see the final finished polished product at the end. Again, I could just use fill tool because I don't know. I've just got this weird thing that I just got to color this in. Well, it's only just one frame anyway. It's not going to take long to color this in. Not much shading to do anyway either. But it's kind of funny, like you can actually see that I did shading on Rai Mou's like concept art though. Like I actually took time with this. But then on Shotai's I completely forgot. Like I tried to remember, but then like after I did it I was like, oh yeah, I need to do that as well. I completely forgot, but it's what's done is done. It's not too serious. So, got this bubble. See, now it's starting to look like Bakemono Cola, isn't it? So, now we just need to get his hair color. I'm actually very happy with how the designs for Bakemono Cola turned out. Like these guys actually feel like iconic in a way. Like they're definitely instantly recognizable. And I remember one of my good friends saying he saw the designs. He said if you could do that in the style that you're doing TC Grow stuff for, it would be mega awesome. So yeah, that works. And I guess we just do the shading now. I'm not actually going to color pick the shadow. I'm going to make a new shadow from here. Color his face a bit so we get that depth, that chin, if you will. Okay. Now his face is looking all nice and colourful. And do some hair texturing. that be a bit darker? I'm not sure exactly. No, I did do it like that there. I am going to colour pick the hair because I didn't do a good enough job. There we go. And then just do a little shading. Okay, maybe not solid black. That's probably not a good idea. Why is it? Is it just me or is it colouring like green? Well, I mean, like, no duh, but like... No, I think it's just me. I think it's just my eyes. Playing tricks on me. Alright, so now that's done. Now we just gotta colour the inside of the mouth. Why did I start there? Oh well. No harm done. Also, I like when there's like some areas that don't completely connect, but when the colours connect it. Like, I don't know, I think it just adds some coolness value to it. I don't know. Come on. Now that needs to be there. Here, though, could have definitely done with. Oh, there we go. Got that. Let's check chat. No one is saying nothing in chat. That is fine. And now I don't actually have a color for the inside of Rai's mouth, so we're just gonna pick a color from here. Dark red should do just fine. Like, literally, who's gonna start pausing the animation and literally color picking every single color to make sure that they're all correct? As long as they all look similar, that should be more red, I feel. So more like down there. Probably more purple, like that. That seems more like it. There we go. I don't particularly like it when the teeth kind of blend in there. I should have made a line there for the teeth there as well, but I'm not going to do that now. All right, let's see how this looks. Okay, it genuinely looks so much better with all the colors on. Actually, now that I'm looking back, we should have added some hair moving animation, but man, I think it's fine at this point. It's fine. Oh well. All right, so we got 2 scenes done now. Starting to get a little bit tired. My sleep schedule recently hasn't been the absolute best, so I'm gonna try and fix that today. I think I'm gonna take. I mean, there's only like what 20 minutes of streaming left. I think I'm gonna take a 2-minute toilet break, and I'll just be right back. Just need to stretch my legs a bit. So please give me a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back now. Yeah, I just needed to just look somewhere else for a bit because honestly, the monitor is so close to my face all of the time. It's not very pleasant. Like, oh, I just need to take a break. I'm not the type of guy that likes to sit in front of a computer all day, really. I mean, I have done that, but it's really not my thing. I like to get up every now and again, go outside and stuff. Although nowadays, going outside I haven't been doing too much of that. It just feels very uncomfortable when you're living in the city to go outside. Particularly during winter, I didn't really go outside almost at all, except when I had to go to school because it was so icy, literally everywhere. Like there's this park nearby. I couldn't go walking in the park, for example, because the road was literally the pavement was all ice. I don't want to slip and break my neck, bro. And even on my way to school, I literally had to go up like an icy hill every day to go to school. It wasn't very nice. As well, like there's always cars going everywhere and everything. Like, bro, I don't want to slip off the pavement onto the road. You know, I didn't feel, especially since I did get new winter shoes at one point, but I had some other winter shoes to start off with that weren't very good. So that was kind of a hazard. Kind of a hazard, really. But I have been going outside more now though. Just went out for a walk today. I think I might go for one later now that it's all nice and sunny and there's trees outside and everything. And I've got to say though, during winter, in some ways, well, I'm glad my school was fairly far away, that I had to walk to every day. Kind of kept my fitness level up somewhat. Anyway, now that that's animated, I guess we can move on to the next shot. I genuinely don't know how much we're going to get done. Like, I think we can set it up for next time. I probably will be animating before the next stream, but set it up for whenever I animate next. I don't think we're going to get very far in animating now, but why does that say Audacity? It's not. I didn't do a very good job of telling you which program I'm using, did I? Oh well, what's done is done. Let's just continue for now and let's see where we get. So the next bit I want to do is actually get Audacity. And give me a moment. There we go. Get Audacity out. And let's select the point that we want. So from here, we want to delete that point. No, wrong. That's what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete the rest of this. And delete that bit. So now that we have just this one tiny clip, you probably can't hear it, but the main thing is that I can hear it. Audacity there. So now we're gonna export this as a. Now I gotta get my keyboard back out again. Hold on. It's just so that I can save this stupid thing. It's such a pain, seriously, to keep on interchanging all of your stuff all over your table and everything, and it's a real pain. Okay, but we got that done now, so now we can go back to Clip Studio, create a new animation file, and import the audio. So now that should work. So for this short, for this short, I was planning to, I wonder what we could do. I was thinking that I'd like to do a side view of Rai. Actually, I really need to think about this. You know what? I think it's just better that I think about this off stream now. So let's just do this. So let me get my keyboard out. I'm gonna save this file for next time, and within this time and next time, within that period of time, I'm gonna come up with the next point on what we should animate, because we are winging this, and we only have 15 minutes left of stream time, because I am gonna stop at 9 p.m. So may as well finish just a little bit early, because we're not really gonna get much done now. So just save that. Rai Mou next scene. There probably is a better way to name these scenes, but it's such a small project it honestly doesn't matter. But yeah, we got 2 shots done. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm gonna export these. And then put them up at the end so we can check them out. And enjoy the work that we did together. Alright, now that I've exported those, it's time to finish off. So we're going to duplicate this scene. And we're going to hide this one. And we can get rid of this. This. We're going to keep me down here though, because this is legendary. So let's get out the videos so we can finish up the stream by looking at the awesome image we just made. Add new source, add source. So there's one. And let's get out the other one.
Shotai. 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 Shotai.
You're probably hearing Shotai and Shotai all over again at the moment. There we go, I fixed it. There we go. I wonder what the best way to put these up is. Maybe just under each other. It's not centered, but who cares? There we go. So this is what we got done today, boys and girls. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with the progress we were able to make today. And just 2 very small scenes, but they're adding up to the bigger picture of the entire film. So I'm excited to see where this is gonna take us. I think I'm gonna add one more thing to this page. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been real fun, but our stream is now coming to an end. And yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. This was a blast. Hoping to do this again soon, probably this week. At some point. We'll have to see. Depending on what's going to happen, I actually have no idea. The times we live in right now are kind of strange ones, but we'll need to see. But anyway, thanks guys for watching so much. Like and subscribe if you see this after the stream's being done, or if someone comes last minute, I guess. But yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Really, 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 really helps out. And comment if you want. All of those things, it really helps push out this content out to the YouTube algorithm. So if you liked it, make sure you hit those, because it really does support me a lot. So even you watching this already supports me a lot. So just thank you for that. Even one view just means a lot to me. The fact that I'm able to even influence people in any way means a lot to me. Okay, this got way too deep now anyway, but thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later. See you in the next video. See ya. Bye.